Good morning and welcome back. Always good to be with you guys and be back with my buddy Matt.
Great to
Morning.
be here.
Hey, buddy. So Matt and I were talking as we came into this week, and Christmas is upon us, right? You know, we do all this time throughout the year talking about planning. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? And now here we are at Christmas week. We have, 2 days left before, I don't think a whole lot of people are going to be working those final days before Christmas. And we were thinking about what Christmas means to us and what do we learn at this time of year. And I think most people, we give gifts at Christmas to those we care about, right? Mm-hmm. And we give gifts as a token and as a representation of the gift that was given to us at Christmas when Jesus came into the world and the gift that he was from his heavenly Father. So that's the reason for our gifts. And Matt and I were talking about the ability we have to be a gift to others. And then we talked about what a gift every day is to us, and do we appreciate that gift. So I think there's an opportunity for us this time of year to take some time to recollect and think, what are the gifts that this year has given to me, especially in this year being like maybe that first somewhat normal year we've had in a long time.
Yeah, and it goes back to a premise we always talk about, slowing down to take some time to reflect. And I always go back to I used to move very fast. My mind, I slowed down.
By like 8 minutes ago is what Matt means by used to, right?
Yeah. I woke up with a new perspective today. But just really just that reflection of, not only every single day, but it's a great opportunity. You got the annual planners came in, and it's always a fun time to get that and have that on your desk and start thinking about, wow, a new year is about to start. So before you're like me and you speed up and you get there, really consider and think about, what was this year all about? What were some of the gifts? What were some of the perhaps challenges that you grew from, or experiences that you can really take forward in the future?
Because if you're the same today that you were last year on December roughly 25th, what was the point, right? Did we not grow? And I think no matter what the challenges, as Matt said, and we all have them, there's adversity. But what's the gift? What's the gift from that adversity? How did we grow in toughness? How did we grow in wisdom? How did we grow in capabilities? Hopefully, we certainly grew in experiences. What were those things, and how critical it is to take some time to think of that and truly capture it. And we talk about journaling all the time. I'm a huge fan of journaling. Now, in my older years, I can type a lot faster than I can write, so I've become more of a typing journalist in OneNote.
Yeah. Well, I think you nailed it. There's a power of naming it, right? There's a power of getting it out of your head. We do coaching for a living, and every single day, I was thinking about that, or, I really, it's up here. It's in my head, but, there's great power of naming it, getting it out, whether it's typed or, the written word.
And there's magic to a pen hitting paper, by the way. Yeah. And if you can journal and you can get out your pen and you can take some time, you're going to find it might be difficult at first if you try journaling and journaling's new for you. You might find it difficult in the beginning. Stick with it. Fight through that initial pain of the first few minutes, and it'll start to flow, right? That pen starts to pull and vacuum those thoughts out of your head. Hopefully they go through your heart as the filter, and you get those things on paper that really make you reflect and really let you see who you are, what you've become, and hopefully where you want to go.
Yeah. And you talked about that growth, and it seems, almost silly, but we see it year to year. Businesses facing the same challenges, individuals facing the same challenges as they did in 2021, now into 2022, and will this be the year 2023? So again, this isn't fluff, and I know we talk a lot about the reflection, but this is a real opportunity this time of year to sit down, think about the year. Where did I grow, and what are the gifts that we're going to take out of it? And not only just what are the gifts, but how am I going to maintain those, right? It's not just awesome. They were great. Let's throw them out. Start over in 23, even though it feels like 23 or any new year is starting fresh. But I'm just a big fan in building habits, and we talk about building habits. So reflect, name it, which will help you own it. But let's carry it forward, right? That's money in the bank. So what are the habits, or what are the processes of our day, week, month, year that we need to keep those and to learn from that and to really get the impact from that gift?
Yeah, and it's all about where are we going. And I don't think, when Matt and I work with folks, too often they haven't thought about what they want to become. Why? Because we get so busy doing, right? We get so busy just going about the day. I hate when I wake up, hate this, and yet I fall in this trap too often. When I wake up and before I get out of bed, I say, what do I even have today? And I look at the phone, I'm like, oh my God. Like, and you start going through what's in front of you. That's no way to own it, right? When I'm looking at what's on my day today, when I'm getting out of bed and I'm behind already. And that's the power of busy. That's the deception of being busy, is it pulls us into thinking we're being productive. We're not being productive. We're being busy. And when we start using this time of year and making it more of a habit, hopefully throughout the year, to recollect and reflect and capture what's really going on, what's working well, what do I want to get better at, who do I want to be? That's the ultimate question, right? Who do I want to be? The good news is we control that, right? I can make choices, I can make decisions to become that person I want to be. And it all starts with something you've heard us say before: do the next right thing. How do we get to become that? How do we start that transformation? How do we start to turn those new experiences into habits? How do we take those gifts and make them habits? It's through consistency. It's through that intentionality and the consistency of building new habits.
Yeah, and usually it's small things, right? It's the small things that you do consistently that will then add up. You said something about using this time intentionally, and anybody that's watching this that I coach, you've heard this ad nauseum over the past month, but I'm such a big fan of using this time when maybe not as many people are in the office, or I know a lot of people that take their vacation other times of the year because this is a pretty dead week or next week. How are we using this time intentionally? Are we in that quadrant 2? That important but not urgent, that box that we never seem to find time for throughout the year? Or are we doing those things that when you look in the mirror and say, man, I wish I had time for that, or that would be a really good activity, or I wish I could get ahead? What are those things? It's relationship building. It's prospecting or preparing to prospect, setting up that next year. It's mapping out potentially important conversations that are to come, or meeting schedules. So really, really, really use that time wisely. We're talking about gifts. That's such a gift because we really don't have that throughout the year. So I'm a big fan. Time off, be where your feet are.
That's right.
Right? Be there, be home, be celebrating, be drinking eggnog, whatever. But when you're in the office, over these next couple of days, be intentional about how you use some of that downtime to wrap up the year, to reflect on the year, but then also some of that quadrant 2, important but not urgent time for 23.
Yeah, and that's the gifts we've taken from this year. What about the gift you've been? And do we reflect enough on the gift we are to others? If we do, we're usually going to miss most of them, because I don't think we understand what a gift we are to those around us, a gift we are to the world. My favorite movie of all time is It's a Wonderful Life. And I just absolutely love the gift that George Bailey was given, to see what an impact his life was, how important his life was on the lives around him. So whether you know it or not, you're a gift to someone. You might be a gift to many people, but you are a gift. Our lives are gifts, and every day we have is a gift. So I'd encourage you to think about, who do you want to go be a gift to today, and what's that look like? I think as a leader, it's easy for us to be gifts to others. It's by lifting them up. It's by encouraging them. It's by letting them know they matter. Every time we work with a team and we do team building workshops, or the 5 behaviors workshops, I always go around and we do this best team exercise or best leader exercise. And I ask everybody, hey, tell me about the greatest leader you ever worked for. What are some of the traits he or she possessed? And everybody, will shout these things out, and we capture them on the whiteboard or on flip charts. Very rarely do they say, boy, that person was the smartest. That person was the best. They were the most technically proficient. That comes up occasionally, but usually what people are saying is they cared about me. They told me how special I was. They knew my kids' names. They cared about my family. They knew what drove me and was important to me. They knew my why. And I always challenge leaders to say, is that the leader you're being? Is that who you are? If we asked your team, tell me about the greatest leader they've ever worked with, would it be you? And would they say those things? We have that opportunity through intentionality to say that's the gift I want to have on the lives of those that have been entrusted to me. As a sales professional, you can be a gift in the life of somebody that you're going to go call on today. You could be a gift in your customers' lives, right? And all your clients' lives. They come to depend on us and the work we do and the value we provide. And if they don't, you're probably in danger of losing them. So you can be a gift to all those you serve through selling. And when we do it right and we do it like professionals. And we can be a gift to all those we love and those who love us just by living, just by being, just by treating them with kindness, with goodness, with compassion, with empathy, and letting people know how important they are to us. So, let's be mindful of the gift that we've been given this year. Let's be very mindful of the gift we can be in the lives of others. And this time of year, in addition to gifts, another thing that's very front of mind and present are traditions. And I have traditions I love. My favorite tradition, by the way, this time of year, I love decorating. I love what Susie's able to do with the house and just see her have Christmas explode. I love that. I love just looking around.
Susie is a Christmas explosion.
Yeah, she is. She is an explosion. God bless her. I mean, she has more Christmas decorations than anybody I've ever seen, and she makes them beautiful. But I also then love our meals and our family time. Like I love the Feast of the Seven Fishes on Christmas Eve. What's your favorite tradition?
Oh, man. So it starts with cutting down the tree. I've cut down a tree every year of my life.
On Black Friday.
And then we watched A Christmas Carol as a family every single year. I mean, I could do a whole series on this. I am as traditional as they come. But those are two that really stick out to me that, we've carried my entire life and now starting to pass down to some of Paige's chagrin of adding to our own traditions now. But yeah, I love this time of year. So are you going to close by singing O Silent Night or something?
No, not yet. I am going to apologize for Matt not being in tights for those who tuned in to see that. And I am going to tell you, the reason I'm asking about traditions is because what if we made it a tradition every year to grow? What if you make your own personal tradition, the fact that you're going to focus on you at this time, focus on where you've come from, where we're heading, and make it a tradition to actually start to grow. Matt mentioned the New Year planners. That's the day timer we use. We use Moleskine day planners. That's become a tradition for me. We're, beginning part of December, I order it. It comes in about now. I open it up, and it's like, oh, everything's new. But why do I have to wait for everything to be new to want to make sure I'm focused on my habits? No, let's make the tradition. Let's make a new tradition of always being focused on our habits, always journeying to that place of greatness that we know we want to go to. And let's make winning our tradition. Let's make having great years, winning on our business, right? Growing the sales, hitting the number, doing the things we need to do, and growing relationships and winning in life and winning with those that we love and making sure that we have our right balance, our right focus, and our harmony, right? How do we have that harmony that we want and we desire? So for Matt and I, we won't be here next week. We're going to be taking care of some carefree family time as we enjoy the holiday season and enjoy that Christmas season. And we'll be out for the octave of Christmas and enjoying our families. And we hope you guys have a great Christmas season, great holiday season, and may everything
in the new year.
Yeah, we'll see you in the new year and hope that all your dreams come true. Take care. God bless.